Trey, you've personally had a lot of success this season. The team has obviously had a ton of success. What has it been like to be a part of the team this year?
It's been cool just to see like all the work that we put in the fall, and then guys going home over winter break and then doing what they were supposed to do, knowing that we were going to be a good team as long as we put in the work. So it's just pretty cool to see that. It's not, I mean, it's all paying off, but we still have a long ways to go as we get into the postseason.
How would you describe the culture of this group?
Like at the beginning of the season, like you kind of like, it's kind of hard not to like the culture of last year's team. We made it to Omaha, and then guys like Liam Spence and Max Ferguson and Chad Dallas and Jake Rucker and those guys kind of like, they built their own kind of culture within that team. So we were just trying to find our culture. And we knew a lot of freshmen were going to have to step up. So like just them being able to step up and play big roles for us, I think kind of helped us. And then we're just having fun in the locker room.
And you were patient. You waited behind Andre Lipscomb and Jake Rucker to have the career that you're having this season. Yeah. Was that tough, being that patient?
It was tough, but honestly, when I first came here, I went to an FCA thing, and I told them like what was going on, and then like how I was wanting to play, but I wasn't getting the opportunity to play, and then they were just like, just go to bed and pray for patience. So I prayed for patience, and God, surely He gave patience to me. And I think that's just a true testament to my faith, that I've waited this long, and then now I'm finally being able to show my talents through God Himself.
Have you heard any feedback from those guys and Jake and Andre about the season that you're having this year? Yeah, no, they text me literally probably every week just saying, we're so proud of you, your hard work's pay off. We always knew this was going to happen, we're just excited you're getting your turn now. So you leaned on your faith during the time that you waited behind the two. Is there anything else that you kind of gravitated towards to help you just wait that out?
I would just say it's my family, family and faith. My dad always told me as a young child, he was like, if you're going to start something, never quit it. And so I thought that stuck with me. I mean, every night I would go to, like, put my head on the pillow and be like, do I really want to do this? Like, do I really want to be patient and all this type of stuff, which is, I mean, it's normal to go out there and not get, like, automatic playing time right away. You got to kind of earn it, and you don't want the easy route, which I definitely took the hard route, but it's been pretty good. It's paying off, I guess.
So now, to have the best season of your career this year, how fun is that for you?
It's fun just to see, honestly, it's cool for myself to see the success I'm having, but just when I come into the dugout and just see my teammates happy, and then guys who would text me from last year's team and the year before, like, we're so happy for you, that's honestly what makes it even more better than all the numbers and all the success.
You lead the nation, or top 10 in the nation, in home runs and also runs batted in, and leading the SEC and the team. So when you step into the batter's box, what is your mentality?
I think it starts like as soon as I get in my car to come to the field. It's I don't know, I kind of just like to vibe out. Like I don't like to let any stress get to me. I kind of just like to stay here the whole time, not go up and down, listen to like some lo-fi music or something on the way to the field. And then it would just carry on all the way up into a pregame. And then when I finally go up there and step in the box, it's, I don't know, it's lights on. It's my show. Like, the pitcher's going to have to stop me, and I just kind of go from there.
Have you always had that confidence, or is that something you also had to learn during your time at Tennessee?
No, it's definitely something I've learned, but it's kind of hard for somebody to take your confidence away. But I would say right now that like I have a lot of confidence when I step into the box. When
you make contact with the ball and it leaves the park and you hear the cheers of the crowd, everybody just going wild for you, what is it like for you in that moment?
It's cool. I don't know, there's probably a bunch of different adjectives to describe the feeling.
Yeah, I bet.
But just, I don't know, rounding the bases, and then just the whole part of it, seeing Ricky at first, and then going over to third to see Coach E, and then coming in, and then just seeing all your teammates, and get to wear the fur coat, the cheetah coat, and then the daddy hat. So I don't know, the whole process is so fun. I wouldn't say I have one particular thing that stands out to me, but just everything about it, the fans, it's good.
What is it like playing in this ballpark with this fan base here at Tennessee?
It's amazing. I mean, they bring energy that we go on the road and we see full stadiums and stuff like that, but the fans here in Knoxville are just different. They kind of bring the vibe I was talking about to the game, where like when they get loud, you know something big is going to happen. As you've seen before with all the amount of walk-off home runs we have hit, and then for last year, and then just everything that we've accomplished so far.
You're just one of the few Tennessee players to hit for the cycle, and you did that against Iona in this past February. Out of all of your games played this year, would you rank that, I'd imagine, kind of high up there in your career?
Oh yeah, I definitely would. The cycle doesn't really happen that often. So I would say that hitting the cycle was probably one of the greatest things I've done in my career here at Tennessee. It's pretty cool. Not too many people have done it. And so to be able to say that I have, especially like you said, in front of these fans, it's just pretty cool.
What has been one of your favorite memories so far at Tennessee?
It's kind of hard not to choose the Drew Gilbert walk-off home run last year versus Wright State. I think that's kind of everybody's favorite. But honestly, just after we won, after we clinched to go to Omaha last year, and just going into the locker room and just seeing everybody, like all the smiles on everybody's faces was honestly one of the coolest things to me too. Just seeing everybody happy and just knowing that, like, I mean, we even had Megan Anderson out here who helps us tremendously out there in the academic place, and she's just another person we can go to whenever we have anything on our mind, and it's just cool to see all those smiles on people's faces because you know that they've worked hard and they like seeing you play.
One thing that I've noticed before the game is you trot over to the third base, and near that line you touch the dirt or you touch in it. What are you doing there, and what is that pregame tradition?
So when I go over there, I just kind of draw a cross, and then I just touch it 4 times in each of the corners as my mom, my dad, my brother, and my sister, just to show that I'm loving for them. I'm playing for Christ, and also I'm playing for my family members.
When did you start that?
I've been doing it, like, I used to go into the batter's box and kind of draw a cross before each at-bat, but as this season came around and summer ball came around, I kind of went over there and started a new routine, and I kind of like it because I can just look in that one spot right behind the base and just know that I'm playing for them and playing dugout.
We also noticed that you were rocking some really cool cleats. They had a bomb drawn on the side.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that design?
Well, Jordan Beck, his dad, has been doing a bunch of different cleats, and he's done Drew Gilbert's cleats a little bit. And I was like, I kind of want some of those cleats. They seem pretty cool, but I didn't know what I wanted to put on them. So I was like, here, honestly, just freestyle them. And so he got them back, and we got them when we were in Kentucky. Yeah. And I seen them, they had the bomb on it. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I seen somebody on Twitter took a video and posted it, so it's pretty cool.
What has been your favorite memory or game from this season?
I guess this is a memory, but when Coach Vitello and Coach A both got thrown out the game, and we both had, we all had to like come together as a close group because like we knew that like 2 of our leaders were out of the game, but we still had Coach E and a bunch of the student assistant coaches like Richard and Ricky and Luke Bonfield. But we knew as a group we were gonna have to come together because they took something away that we always had before, and we knew Coach V's last words going into that tunnel was just go win this game, and so I think we took that to another level, and we won like the next couple games.
Yeah. What's one thing that you've learned under this coaching staff that has just helped you in your career?
Just family, just the family that they preach. They're always going to have your back. As you tell, anything that happens out there, Coach V is always the first one to go out there, and I think it just trickles down to Coach Elander and then Coach Anderson and then so far on. But I just think that like we know as a team that like if somebody like were to like punch us on our face, we knew somebody's going to go out there and protect us, and it starts from the head honcho himself.
I like that. Is there any tradition, pregame ritual that the team has?
We kind of just throw some music on there in the locker room and kind of just vibe out. Like I said, we're kind of just an easy group. We don't take much to please, so we're just having a good time.
Coming into the season, did you have a feeling that you were going to produce as much as you've had this year?
I mean, as I've stepped foot on this campus, I knew that I've always had the talent. It was just a matter of time when I was going to get the opportunity. So I guess just knowing that I can do something, like I said, you can always have confidence, and for someone to take your confidence away is pretty hard to do. So I've always had confidence, just now more as I've had in the past. But no, we just love to go out there and play for one another, and we just enjoy doing it because the time is coming to an end.
You've played baseball for a long time, since you were 4 years old. Was there anybody who's inspired you to get into the game or has helped you throughout your career?
I would just say like my family, like my mom and my dad, and also my siblings. The amount of money they spend on travel ball, I mean, probably just unreal. I owe them the world, and I think they're showing, like me having fun out there kind of just puts a smile on their face, and I love to see it. But no, they just always like kept me like in my zone and told me that like it's gonna be all right, like you're gonna be okay, just keep pushing and never quit. And I think that's, like I said earlier, that's something that has stuck with me since I was playing any sport as a kid. I remember playing basketball in JV. Like I hated basketball, and I also was like the worst at like dribbling and all that. And my dad was like, well, it was like the first week when dad was like, well, you can't quit, so you gotta toughen it out. And so I did, and I think that just shows a true like testament to like my abilities, like just to stay into something.
Yeah. Aside from your success on the field, has there been any other indication of your hard work paying off for you? Maybe something a fan has told you or a coach has told you?
Yeah, no, that one time that I think it was me, Beck, and Kirby and Russ were at Alumni Hall. I mean, I probably had like 5-10 people come up to me and just say like, thank you for staying. Like, we know you could have left. And I think that means a lot to me, because to hear somebody say it and for me to go out there and just do my thing, it's just something that like I never would have thought people thought about, you know.
Well, to hear that, when you hear them say those words to you, what does that mean? Does that motivate you even more to continue to play and to do what you do?
I mean, it just shows you the support staff you have here, and like not only like within your team, but also outside of your team, such as like the fans here in Knoxville, and like you go to a restaurant, everybody's so like excited to see you, and then like the Southern hospitality and just stuff like that, like stuff I don't get to see like up in Maryland, like up north. It's just different in Knoxville.
We see how passionate Tony Vitello is about the program and about the sport. How is he in the locker room and, you know, in practice? Is he the same guy?
No, I think that's the coolest thing about him, is that he's literally the same guy. He just has the same personality as he has in the dugout. Like I said earlier, he's going to have your back no matter what. If it's on the baseball field or if something happens outside the baseball field, he's going to ask you what happened, and he's going to like believe you and have your back as you go out there into the battlefield, which it just happens to be on the baseball field more times than not. And so I don't know, he's a really cool guy, and I love playing for him.